What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Tuesday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast with me, Matt Perrault, here on BettingPros.com. You guys can follow BettingPros on Twitter at BettingPros, me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt, YouTube for the video by searching BettingPros, and always being brought to you by BetMGM with the promo code JUICE150. $10 bet wins you $150 when you sign up for a new account with BetMGM. This podcast is available wherever you get your audio podcasts. All right, so an 0-2 night last night. Look, I'm not going to sweat this too much. This is going to be a light week. I'm going to have some fun this week. We're going to, we got hit by a hot goaltender for Anaheim. Bruins were just on fire. That game had 8 goals scored, 4 of them in the second period. We just had the wrong period with the Bruins in Anaheim. That was just, bad luck. It was a 1-0 lead, 5-3 final. And the Bruins scored, but Anaheim, each of them scored 2 goals apiece in the second period, just not goals in the first period. And then it was 1-0 the final for the Vegas Golden Knights up against the Washington Capitals. So first shutout of the year for Robin Lehner for the Golden Knights. So 0-2 on the night, but it was just kind of, quick and dirty and have some fun and, no harm, no foul, down a unit. It's fine. We move on to Tuesday. All right. So look, here's where I am. I'm honest with you guys, and I hate the card. There's just nothing I'm really jumping up and down about. There's nothing that I'm like, oh, wow, yeah, let's bet this. Let's bet that. There's some big spreads. Auburn is a 14.5-point favorite on the road at Missouri. Baylor is a big home favorite against Kansas State. Alabama is a big favorite tonight as well. We do have one decent game, Arizona and UCLA, and I think Arizona wins that game by a nose, like really tightly, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough. So I'm gonna do something that I never do. I'm gonna give you a 3-leg money line parlay for basketball because I don't know what to do with all this stuff. So I'm gonna take out the point spreads. I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna go ahead and bet what I think is gonna happen, parlay it together in college basketball, and I have an even money bet at a half a unit. 3-leg, even money line parlay. And I've got one NBA play that I want to get into coming up here. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, Baylor, as I mentioned, is at home taking on Kansas State. You start looking at some of these numbers here, and it's, it's hard to see Baylor lose. Even Baylor covering 13 points is probable. Baylor's 11-7-1 against the spread. They're 6-5 at home, but K-State is 6-1 on the road against the spread. That concerns me, right? It's in Waco. Baylor, one of the best teams in the country, but it does concern me about laying 13 points at home. Baylor is 17-2. They're 9-2 at home, and Baylor has won their last 2 games on the road, and they've lost the last 2 home games. They're not going to want to lose 3 straight home games. Last time out, K-State at home against Kansas lost 78-75. They beat Texas and Texas Tech the games before that. So they're playing decent. So very possible they cover the 13. Just don't want to play around with it. I just don't trust it. Baylor could erupt and destroy them. They're due to destroy. So 1 leg, Baylor money line. 2nd leg, let's take a look at Auburn and where Auburn is going on the road coming up here tonight against Missouri. So this is a game in which you would think that Auburn should just go and absolutely dismantle them. And they very well might do exactly that. But, this is where you get Auburn and, they're ranked number 1 in the country for the first time. I can't see them losing this game to Missouri, okay? But let's take a look at Auburn against the spread. They're 15-4 against the spread. Missouri 8-9. But they are 5-3. The Tigers are at home, 6-3 on the road for Auburn. They're far better at home, where they're 9-1. They have won every game except 2 this season. And they've won every game except 2, right? Or 1. Every game except 1. Sorry. They failed to cover 4 times. They didn't cover against South Florida, against UConn, the only game that they lost. And then they didn't cover against North Alabama or St. Louis. Those are the only games they didn't cover. They have covered for 8 straight games, 8-2 over the last 10, obviously, 6-3 on the road. Auburn's not losing this game, but maybe Auburn is not going to cover 14.5 points. It's a big number, man. Auburn money line. That's a big number too. Baylor's a big favorite. Auburn's a big favorite, minus 1,200 at some places for Auburn. So that means it goes into, we need a game to kind of get us some decent odds, right? Arizona, UCLA. Arizona, man, this is really interesting. I was looking at KenPom, kind of breaking down Arizona. They're the number 2 team in the country, according to KenPom. KenPom's got this as a 2-point spread, which is what it is. It's a 2-point spread. Arizona -2, okay? So they're on the road. They're at UCLA. Tough place to play, obviously, but this is one of the best offenses in the country. They're 8th in adjusted efficiency offensively. They are 2nd in adjusted tempo. They are 1st in average possession length. They play fast. They shoot fast. Only 14.5 seconds per possession. This is a really fun Arizona team to watch. They are 7th in effective field goal percentage. They are 18th in offensive rebound percentage. They are 5th in 2-point shooting percentage. They're 3rd in blocks per game. I mean, they're really, really tough to play offensively and defensively. Adjusted efficiency, top 10 in the country defensively. They're number 1 in effective field goal percentage defense at 41.8%. That's best in the country. They don't give up that many field goal attempts. They play defense. They limit your shots. And they're number 1 in 2-point shooting percentage, 38.9 for Arizona. I'm just taking Arizona for the win here, okay? I get Baylor, Auburn, Arizona. 3-leg moneyline parlay, even money. I never do this, okay? But it's the middle of the week, and I want to have some fun. And I've said this before. Days like today, I wouldn't be betting. Don't love the card, but the one game I think is interesting. I think Baylor, Auburn both win. Do they cover? Maybe. I think Arizona wins on the road at UCLA. So I'm going to take those 2 kind of guaranteed W's, hopefully, and add it in here with Arizona. Don't deal with the -2. Let's just get a W here for Arizona. Even money, half unit, 3-leg moneyline parlay in college basketball. One play in the NBA. This is Square Central. This is Bet the Streak. You're going to hear this over and over again today. Dallas at Golden State. The Golden State Warriors are 16-29-2 to the over. Dallas is 13-32-2 to the over. Dallas is 9-13-1 to the over on the road, and Golden State is 7-16-2 at home. All right? These teams play defense. They do not score. Last 8 games in a row for Dallas have gone under. 6 of the last 10 for Golden State have gone under. The total is 211.5. You got to go back to the 7th of January to find a game that went over for Dallas. And what's even worse for Dallas, they, before that, were on a 5-game streak to the under before they went over against Houston by 21 points in a 130-106 victory over the Rockets. But 8 straight, and they've gone, 13 of the last 14 have gone under for the Dallas Mavericks. Total is 211.5 here. It's available right now at multiple books, including DraftKings. Last 2 have gone under for the Golden State Warriors, 3 of the last 4, and these teams played a little while ago, back on the 5th of January in Dallas. The game went under by 32 points, 99-82 the final, 32 points to the under. Half a unit under, 211.5. Dallas and the Warriors. Hopefully this number doesn't completely crater for you guys. I think it's going to completely crater, but we're going under here. Late night, Boar Fest, no offense being scored at Golden State. Under 211.5 for the Warriors and the Mavericks. All right? Again, that's going to be a very popular play across gambling Twitter today, but I don't care. I'm going to follow it. Half a unit, under 211.5, Warriors and the Mavericks. All right? Baylor, Auburn, Arizona, even money, 3-leg money line parlay. Stupid bet. Not going to deny it. I always say don't bet parlays. What the hell? Let's bet a parlay, okay? You guys tend to like them. I tend not, but I think Baylor and Auburn win relatively easily, so I think those are, maybe they may not cover, though, because they're big spreads. And then Arizona, even money, coming back on the W. Just win. Just beat a tough UCLA team. I'll take Arizona on the road. All right? Those are the plays for tonight. I'm going to try to give you player props today. Okay, I'm going to try it on the Discord channel. I'm going to try because if Joel Embiid plays, Have you seen how many times Joel Embiid's gone over his point total? It's like 10 straight times. I gotta hop in on that. I mean, that's one of them. And then we'll grab something off the prop bet cheat sheet that we like as well to give you guys coming up here today on a Tuesday. All right. So those are the plays. My name's Matt Perrault. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.